everybody, and welcome to today's Epac Quarantine Chat. Today, I have one of the newest members of our local theater group, theater population, whatever you want to call it, Mr. Johnathan Bauer, who is the executive director of Servant Stage Theater. And I really want to talk to him. I'm really interested because the growth of this theater from beginning to where they are now has been astronomical. So I want to pick his brain and find out how he did it. But before we begin, I had the good fortune, your wife played one of my daughters in Fiddler on the Roof, correct?
Yep. Very fond memories of that.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, it's time flies. But yes, she played my daughter. That's how I met you. And so I want you are the executive director of Servant Stage, correct?
Yep.
So let's just start with that. So what is your job? What do you do? What is the executive? Because I know most theaters, it's artistic producing director. They all have different titles. So exactly, what are you responsible for as executive director?
Oh, goodness. Well, I'm sure it's the same, and regardless of the title, there's a million hats that we all wear. So.
I know, really.
Yeah, I mean, we do have an so I'm the executive director. We do have an artistic director that we're very blessed to have, Wally Calderon. So, so he directs most of the shows. I have occasionally directed or assistant directed. I'll do, whatever it is, music directing, I'll do that from time to time as well. But then overall, as executive director, I am kind of involved in overseeing everything. So I work with Wally to
manager.
Everything. Yep. Working with Wally to pick out the seasons, working with our development manager on fundraising and development and just all the finances and bookkeeping and reporting to our board of directors and all of that.
We'll start at the very, very beginning. What were you a resident of Lancaster? Did you come here? And if not, what brought you here?
Yeah, I came here 2008, so going on 12 years. 12 years now. Sight and Sound Theaters brought me here from Maine. I was a year or two out of college. I'd gone to college for music performance, was just working as a performer, and never been to Pennsylvania before. Sight and Sound Theaters brought me here, performed a few contracts there, and just immediately fell in love with Lancaster. And it was like, this is such a special place. I knew, very quickly and Rebecca knew that we wanted to stay here.
Oh, so Rebecca is your wife.
Yeah.
And she came with you.
She came, Yep, she came
also,
with me.
From Sight and Sound, did she also come to work at Sight and Sound? Or
She didn't, no. So she worked a number of random, she's done a lot of costuming as well, and worked at some of the different theaters, and a little performing as well. But no, not at Sight and Sound.
Okay. So she is doing costuming for Servant Stage, am I correct?
She does a lot of the shows, yeah. We've got 3 kids now, so not quite as often as she used to, but yeah, she still does.
I'm going to ask you about that. So you have 3 kids. Tell us about their ages.
Yeah, Gabriel's 5, Jubilee is 3, and then our newest Emmanuel is 2 months. So
wow.
Yeah.
You look 12. So maybe it's just it's like you have 3 kids and you look like you just graduated from high school. But anyway, so tell me now, so you got here, you worked at Sight and Sound for a few contracts, and then you started, when did the idea come for the Servant Stage?
Honestly, even before I moved to Pennsylvania, so back probably late high school, early college, the inklings of that idea was starting there, and loved theater and knew that that's what I wanted to do. And then just kind of as I worked different contracts, regionally outside of Pennsylvania, and then even coming to Sight and Sound and getting familiar with the area, I kind of even had that name, Servant Stage, in mind. Wanted to see in what ways I could use theater to give back, in a sense, to serve whatever the needs of the community were. And then the idea kind of evolved over time as I worked at different theaters and saw even in this area, what some of the needs might be, and what our niche could be. But yeah, the initial idea goes way back.
But until tell us about Servant Stage, your mission, because it's a very different sort of mission, and you operate sort of differently, and it's very interesting, and it's been very successful. So tell
Yeah.
us about your mission statement, how you operate, and all. And did this come together for you, or was this a coordinated thing to think about the mission, or did you go into this to Servant Stage with this definitive mission and vision in mind?
Yeah, really. The mission has kind of been the same from the very beginning. That actually really hasn't changed. Some
Right.
of the way we fulfill the mission has changed, in some ways.
Mm,
But yeah, so our mission is to serve the community
right.
through the arts, and to make theater accessible to everyone.
Right.
And that accessibility is a huge part of our mission. And then
Yeah.
in the mission statement, it says to make it accessible, especially to people that have either financial or physical limitations.
And
Um,
tell us how you do that, which I think is pretty
yeah.
extraordinary.
So from the very beginning, we started 9 years ago, actually. So we're actually coming up on our big 10-year anniversary next season. Excited for that. But we've something to look forward to, right?
Yeah, yeah, right. Something to
Yeah,
look forward to. Every little bit helps now.
exactly. So from the very beginning, we've had a pay what you will model for everything.
Right.
We haven't charged ticket prices, whether it's a big main stage show like Titanic, Music Man, whatever, or whether it's a small touring outreach show. It's all been pay what you will. And from the very beginning as well, we started with touring. We do a lot of retirement community performances. We do some schools during the summer. We'll be in parks, outdoor performances. So just kind of looking to see how we can bring theater to people that might not have access to it
Right.
elsewhere. And even that was coming to Lancaster. What I love so much about it and why I wanted to stay here is
Right.
because this is such a rich place for the arts.
Yes, it really is.
It's
Yes.
beatable. Um, so for a town this size, a city this size, to have all this here. So we
And
didn't want to compete with anybody. It was
yeah,
just how can we reach people that aren't already having access to the arts?
a-
Uh,
and your model works because you've grown so incredibly well. I've been to some shows. You have a vast audience, and your shows are of a very high quality too. So it's and what I really admire. When I saw Titanic, I think I actually said this to you. What I really admire is that your mission is so clear, and you stick to it in such an honest and transparent way, and it's really quite quite lovely, and it's worked for you, and it's worked for you. So tell me now in increments, because most people, from the outside it looks like you just burst upon the scene, like all of a sudden you were there with these Titanic and Music Man and these like big shows, but you worked up to that in a short time, but you did work up to that. So tell us about the growth in the theater, where it started, how the growth happened, and where you are now.
Sure. Yeah. Well, kind of in a nutshell, really the first 2 or 3 years was very part-time for myself and everyone involved. Um, I left Sight and Sound in 2011, and during that time, 2 or 3 years, I was working other contracts at other local theaters, and would just get friends together, just to put a cabaret together and say, let's go to these retirement communities and just present a free evening of music, for folks that can't get out and see it someplace else. Um, but even though it was very low stress, low key at that point, it started growing quickly, and the audiences were excited to see us. They say, "When are you coming back? What's going to be next?" So 2013, we kind of took the plunge, incorporated, became a 501c3, and then 2014 is when I went full time, and we did I think it was about 60 performances in 2014. That was kind of our first full-time season. We reached about 7,000 people that first year. And just bringing in so many different people, all just local performers, local directors. Wally Calderon, Bonnie Basso directed some shows for us. Then from there, just things took off. Like we would literally double our attendance each year. Like 14,000 people the next year, 18,000. Wally came on full-time artistic director, joined us in 2015, 16. So he's been with us, I think, 4 or 5 years now. And yeah, from there we just kept adding. We started summer theater camps for students, not knowing where that would go. We had 37 students our first year, and we thought, oh, that's great. Up to this past summer, we had 3 camps and over 200 students involved. So like everything, it's just taken off. We had 55,000 audience members attend shows last year for us.
Tell us about, and as I said, that's had been phenomenal growth, and you've kept to the mission of access to theater and pay what you can for every performance. And so what is, first of all, what is your season look like now? Avoiding this whole crisis we're living in, because that's a whole conversation we will have. But, best of all possible worlds, this never happened, blah, blah, blah. What is a present day Servant Stage season like? What does it entail? How many shows? How many camps? A lot.
Yeah. Yep. So this is our, again, as everything has grown so quickly, this is our biggest season again by far, or it would have been. We had planned, I'll start with youth theater. We'd planned a big step forward for our youth theater program. We were doing Frozen Junior, same as Epac was doing as well. We did Frozen Junior early on in the year. We did a teen show, Jukebox, Don't Rock the Jukebox. That was, unfortunately, that was our first show to get the acts. They were so cool. They were basically opening it. They were running dress rehearsals.
Everybody had a story. I know it was I had the same story here, just about to open. We got to that opening week and had a closed shop. It was so emotional. So
hard for everyone involved. Then we would have been in rehearsals right now for Amazing Grace. We're excited for that. That would have been one of our bigger shows of the year. The Broadway production, 2016. Ran there briefly. We were going to be the first regional theater to do that. So Chris Smith that wrote it, he's in the Philadelphia area, so he was working with us. He was going to kind of be an artist in residence with us to work on that project with us. But that would have been a 50-person cast, full orchestra, and that. So that's our second show that unfortunately got the axe. That would have been in May. And then at this point, we're still looking ahead, just waiting and seeing. But we have doing a Broadway cabaret, a Broadway melody that would run all summer long to a lot of park performances, touring into the retirement communities. We have 4 summer camps scheduled with teen show ages 10 to 18. And those would have been, we were doing Aladdin Junior, Once Upon a Mattress, the youth version, High School Musical 2 Junior, and then just a jukebox review show.
Wow. So like a typical season, like a season has how many main stage shows?
It's about 6 main stage shows, and then we have about 5 or 6 youth theater productions as well.
Wow. And how many staff members do you have? Because that's a lot of producing.
We have 5 on full-time staff now. To myself, Wally, our artistic director, Tyler Hoover, our managing director, Lauren Groff is our touring manager, which is such a big part of it. So she oversees all of the outreach performances into the community.
And you still do that. You still, besides these huge main stage productions, and they are epic. You still tour. With small groups to retirement homes. Now, that must really hurt right now because your whole And I wonder how you're dealing with this. I mean, emotionally and as a business, because your whole is based on going out. It's based on retirement homes and people who you're bringing theater to the people. Who
Mm-hmm.
might not be able to come to the theater and entertainment and putting joy into their lives. Like you can't do that now. Like
It is so hard.
I
Yeah.
know, imagine it.
Yeah.
So hard. It's a shame. So I'm sorry, I just had that thought. So you have
Yeah.
5 full-time people. Now your business model is incredible because to go. I saw your release, your business release, and your fund, your foundations, your the business model. Congratulations on a good business model because you really have it covered. Was that all you? I'm just as a fellow producer, I just really want to know because I look at that and I'm like, damn, this dude is really great. I mean, he has this covered. Was that you or people helping you get all that, the business model made?
Uh, I get the kind of the vision for it, and the model does kind of start with me, but then we do have just such an incredible team. And you keep mentioning the mission, and I think that is what our success has been. Like the mission has been so clear.
Yes, it is.
That people, especially in this area, there's so much talent, but then with this clear mission, people want to just give back. So we've got all these amazing talented people that are saying, yes, I believe in that, and yes, I want to give back. So I think that is what a big part of our success has been.
I also think it's a testament to this, you said it yourself, to this area and the artistic enrichment and the talent in this area that all these theaters can survive. And the talent we have, and I know you'll agree with me, is unbelievable for a small, quote unquote, city. It's because we all can operate. We all can operate and put up these shows, and we have our different niches, of course, but we all can operate within those niches and have an audience, and also have the talent to fill roles. And and I think it's really great here because what is happening, and I've been doing this a long time. And in the old days, it was like people would stay in like act. I'm talking actors, volunteer actors in a community. They was like, I'm this team, I'm that team, I'm this team, and they would stay into their secluded and there was rivalry. But here, what's happening, which I think is really healthy, is that actors are going to all these. The actors know that we're all sharing the wealth. And actors are going to all these different theaters, and we're all able to access their talent, and they're able to grow and do different things with different people, get different outlooks, and and I really think that's such a healthy attitude, and to have. Do you agree or
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
And sometimes, and honestly, it does get like, you'll have this actor, I'll have this actor, and they'll have to make a decision, and I'm like, oh, it's your decision.
Yep. No, exactly. It's like, okay, hey, it's up to you. It's like, hey,
it's up to you.
You committed to that first, so don't back out of it, and hey,
But that doesn't happen that often, it doesn't happen. So I think it's really healthy, the environment here as far as actors and how we can have the theaters treat each other. So what now? Let's deal with this unfortunate reality we're living in. So how has that affected Servant Stage, and how is that affecting your plans going forward?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any plans? Are they up in the air? Are you formulating plans? Or tell about the current status of what you guys are, how you guys as a company are dealing with this.
Yeah. So yeah, it certainly has impacted us greatly already with, at least 2 productions being canceled. And we're still looking ahead to see how we can, if we're able to postpone or if we're able to, Waste will certainly be bringing back next year in 2021, and we've already been working with the rights holders. And a lot of it, it's just a waiting game. We don't really know when things will be able to get back to normal, and looks like theater will probably be one of the last things as well, to be able to bring large
Yeah.
groups together. So a lot of that is up in the air, but really our approach really quickly has been less of a wait and see, but more of a, okay, this is at least for right now, and we don't know. At the time, it was like maybe it's only going to be for a few weeks. Now we know it's going to be longer, but it's been, what can we do right now? This is our mission. Now we have to change how we make this mission happen. So I think most of us on staff have actually been as busy as ever, if not more so. We've just kind of shifted. So we're doing.
Tell me about what you guys are doing.
Yeah. So immediately off the bat, we were able to reach out to a lot of the retirement communities that we visit, and distribute out DVDs of past performances. So we do a lot of original shows,
Right.
review shows. So there are a decent number of shows that we have that are in public domain, or that aren't rights restricted. So we were able to just give DVDs out to the retirement communities and say, even though we can't be there right now, feel free to share. You can share these on your closed circuit television, and there's still some entertainment, some theater that's coming to the residents. And we've done the same thing on our website. We call it Servant Stage at Home, where we have a dozen or so of our past performances just available, again, at no charge, just to give people something to enjoy and inspiration at this time. And then took a little more planning, but we just launched it this past week, a living room concert series. And that's been fun. So something new going forward. It's just a new concert every Friday night at 7 p.m. That we launch both on Facebook and then on our website as well. But that's, I think, just to bring the artists in this community together as well. So we have more than 80 past performers have already contributed or collaborated as part of these performances. So that's just neat to see everyone wanting to be a part of it. We did our first concert Friday, and just an amazing response as well. So there were, several thousand views and many hundreds of comments. So it was nice just to know, okay, this is definitely not what we're used to, but it's nice that we're still able to give some joy and inspiration.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Congratulations on that. That's been successful for you. So you don't have any plans? Like, I have 3 plans in August.
Yeah, well,
I have 3 plans, and I think my July plan is a fairy tale at this point. Yeah. But I'm praying for August, because we as theaters have to deal with when the mass gatherings.
Right. It's going to be a lot later.
How will our audience be different? Will we be limited in how many people we can have? Will there have to be distance between the audience member we have to get together to rehearse? That's considered a mass gathering. So there's so many strategies and so many things that we as theater producers are just waiting for to see what the new normal is going to be for us for a while. And I hope we can put up something this
year. Yeah, and so much uncertainty. Yeah, kind of the same. You mentioned the 3 plans, and that's kind of what Wally and I have been saying. We've got the good, bad, and the ugly. Like, okay, here's the best case, here's the middle of the road, and here's worst case scenario. How are we going to still do something?
Right. I hear you. So, and you guys are doing okay at personal level. You guys are doing okay, and everything's okay with you guys. Everybody's healthy, and
we're very blessed. Definitely, yeah. Family is healthy, and we're thankful. I know. Yeah, just praying. I know there's so many people that are really struggling in this time. So we're thankful that we're healthy and we're together.
Everybody, your co-workers in the company, everybody's good.
Yeah, everybody on staff is doing well. So yeah, and this is special as well. This is in one of our concerts. So yeah, again, it's impacting everybody in different ways. But in one of our upcoming living room concerts, we have a performer that has done servant stage shows in the past. He was in our production of Civil War. He was in New York City as a performer, and came down with it very, very seriously. He was in the hospital for a week, and thankfully making a recovery, and now he's out. So very thankful just to have stories like that, and something that we can give hope. And he's going to be a part of one of our upcoming living room concerts. Just to
Yeah.
great to see someone like that being able to sing again and share some hope.
Tell people who don't know, where can they see these wonderful concerts? Where can they partake of this online?
Yeah, probably on our Facebook page is the easiest place. Just visit our Facebook page, and they'll be live on there every Friday night at 7. But we also share it on our website as well. It's servantstage.org.
Great. Hey, if any of you guys haven't checked out Servant Stage and the wonderful work they're doing, please do. It's very worthwhile, and go see one of their shows because they're really, really good, and they do a really good job at everything. So, congratulations, Johnathan.
Thank you, Ed.
It was nice talking to you and catching up, and bless everyone and give everybody my love there, okay? And I hope you can get back to work as soon as possible.
Yes, we're praying for that. Thanks, Ed. Yeah, great to talk to you.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you for listening. And this has been Epac Quarantine Chat with Johnathan Bauer from Servant Stage. Check them out. And I'll be talking to you next time. Okie doke. Thanks, John.
Yeah, thank you.